Coming back to Toronto though, I remember that you said you found an article that had weird Toronto street names. What do you think about that? Because when I was seeing some of that, I was just like, Strange Street, Disco Street, Sesame Street, like Comer Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Like these things have like weird names, but then like if you look back at the history, they come from something, and that's why they're named that. Like for example, it's not on here, but like I just want to give an example. Like you know the street. I don't know if you've ever been in Toronto. It's called Degrassi. There's actually a whole school about that, right? Like a whole like show about that, right? So it's like, and it's I don't know if you know the history of that show. It's been like going on since the 80s. And then Drake used to be on that, like the famous rapper Drake now. He began on that, and then other people that were what's it called, actors. I never seen them in any other show. I just remember just seeing them on that show, and then they kind of first, for example, like they grew up as a high school kid in that show, and then after they became like the principal or the teacher on that show. You know what I mean? That's how. Yeah. So I don't know if you've had experience with that street. Really, Primate. Wow, that's very strange. No, I did not. But you know what I would love to do? I would love to go to these places and take a picture of each weird name we find. How about that? For six. Epic Lane. Actually, I think I've heard of that one. I've heard of that one. Because somebody one time was telling me if you want to have an epic time, go to that street. And I thought it was you know what I mean? I thought it was a joke, right? But I'm like, okay. And it was kind of one of those things where there was crickets, and then the laughter came like this. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, but there's all kinds, right? Like, there's the thing is, you know what's funny? Like sometimes names can be controversial too, right? So look at them trying to change Dundas Street now, right? Oh my gosh, really? That's very awkward. Wow. And the thing is that is like for I'm just thinking like to think of that kind of name is like okay, Lucifer. That is there's no way there's a history of that. Like everyone knows what that is. You know what I mean? So what were they? What was the? I'd love to hear the thinking behind those that. So yeah, yeah, very strange. And was next? I was just about to say that was Wife Street the next street over or Random Street? Wow. Where do you live on some random street? Yeah, no, you know what I think it is? Sometimes like they're trying to do something where they don't want to like there's so many like I'm trying to think they have to keep track of that street name isn't somewhere else in the city. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I guess maybe they run out of names. You know what I mean? And they're just like, okay, let me just put this because you can't have two of the same name somewhere, right? Is that one in Little Italy? Mm-hmm. Turntable Street. That I never heard of that one. That's very strange. Tone of Shame. Wow. Tone of Shame. And you see, for me, I think these kind of names are like you wouldn't think twice of the name, but then when you hear it, you're like, oh wow, that's kind of weird. But then you're like, then you want to think about what's on that street. You know what I mean? And maybe there's nothing on that street. Maybe there's like one shop, but just because of that name, they like kind of attract you to go there because of the name. Wow, but that was of course a reference from there. Someone saw the movie and said, "Hey, I got it. I know what to name that." You know what I mean? What I want is to see one that's like Easy Street, and you know why I say that? Because when they say you live life on Easy Street, you could say I actually do live on Easy Street. Come, right? Oh man, Whitewash Way. Wow. Oh wow. Yeah. I actually never even like you don't even register that. That's pretty cool. That is amazing because like just looking at it, you wouldn't think of nothing, right?